This is a 2026 Mini. Small, expressive, instantly recognizable. But today's Mini could also look kind of like this.
Interesting, isn't it?
You heard right. It wasn't always as clear as one might think. To get here, we had to master what seemed as the impossible task.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wild story.
This is the story of creating a new original. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce. This is Adrian, head of BMW Group Design. He experienced it firsthand. But to understand why this felt like an impossible task, we have to go back, way back. In the late 1950s, Sir Alekis Agonis designed a car as an answer to the economic crisis back then. It should be thrifty in consumption, roomy, but still keep a small footprint. The original Mini was born.
First of all, it was an incredibly clever car.
It was so clever, it became an instant hit. It sold like hotcakes. People loved it. There were wild variants of it. People started racing it on racetracks, on mountains.
It became sort of a giant killer.
At the same time, it found its way into pop culture.
The Mini became a style icon.
And that brings us back to our almost impossible task.
It was all over the news. BMW was buying Rover.
You heard right. BMW bought Rover, and Rover owned, guess what? Mini. This was the chance to take an icon and create a new original.
The brief was very open. Design a new Mini.
But how do you touch a legend without breaking it? Too much change and you lose the soul. Too little and you lose the point. That was the almost impossible task.
We did a huge competition.
Designers from both Rover and BMW started working on the same question.
Almost 40 years, the very same car, untouched. And then all of a sudden, we had to translate that into the present and into the future.
The stakes couldn't have been higher. It was a piece of British identity. The press was watching. The fans were watching. Different directions began to emerge, interpretations of what Mini could be.
I tried to think of the car as a rally car.
Adrian's design was one of 3 designs to be built as a concept car, the ACV30. Next, Rover presented its concept, the spiritual.
You get very different trains of thoughts in the different locations. In the end product, you also see somehow a mix of the ideas. A car that is very small, so it makes clever use of space, but it is quite a low car with the wheels on the corner. So I think a little bit of the rally history did actually come into the final design.
The moment of decision has come, and with it, a lot of questions.
Everybody was hoping that, of course, they were going to recognize some of the original Mini in the new one.
It was time for the reveal. The new Mini was here, and people loved it.
It was a very exciting new start.
The almost impossible task had been solved.
So it seemed.
What it really did was open the next door towards a new original. By the way, meet Holger, head of Mini Design. He can tell you what it took to make the new Mini an icon of its own. It started with a foundation, a set of things that was simply never up for discussion.
The overall proportions of the car, 3-door hatchback, wheels on the corner, the lovable details.
Built on that foundation, Mini grew from one car to an entire family.
I'm very happy that we take the philosophy of Mini forward and expand it into other areas of purpose.
And step by step, Mini became something more.
People using Mini as an extension of lifestyle.
Customization became even more part of the identity.
There's not one Mini that looks like the Mini next to it.
People started applying their own style, their own story.
It allows us to extend our personality.
At that point, Mini had started to grow beyond the car itself. And just like the original Mini found its way into culture, today's Mini is doing the same. Collaborations are adding even more character.
The process in of itself is so interesting and brings forward completely new things that we haven't done with Mini before.
And at the heart of all of it, it builds a relationship.
The Mini is one of these cars I want people to attach to. I want to see a relationship happening, and that's possible with Mini.
20 years into this ownership came the next step, the boldest in years.
We introduced a radically new design.
For some, almost too different, but in reality, closer to the original than ever before. And something interesting happened.
People started missing things that never even existed in the original Mini.
Over time, the reference had shifted. Think about what that means. Mini was no longer only measured against its past. It had started defining its own.
Society and culture creates an icon or selects something to become an icon.
Today, we could say the almost impossible task had been solved, but in reality, the opposite happened. It grew.
Design is never finished. We will always continue developing along these lines.
Mini created some icons along the way, and we'll try again. But it's not an easy task. And quite honestly, it was never supposed to be solved, only to be carried forward.